Yeah, Nipsey was on the cusp. I think if he was alive when that album dropped, he would have gone to a different level.
What album dropped?
His last album.
He was alive.
Victory Lap.
He was alive.
Was he alive on Victory Lap?
Yeah, he didn't die till a year later.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll cut that part out. Yeah, no.
Why you got to cut that part out? Because you were wrong?
Because I was wrong. Okay, fine, we'll leave it in. All right, you're right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You got me. No, you're right. Okay, he was alive when that happened.
A year later.
I guess it was like right after he passed, I really just listened to that album over and over again as if it was new.
Well, that was...
Because it was a great album.
That was the thing with Nipsey. And this is why I got pissed off at a lot of... Because all people heard me when I said he wasn't a legend when it came to rap music at the time of his death. They didn't want to hear when I said, and you suck-ass DJs who's doing this Nipsey hour. Because Nipsey had at least 4 songs I feel personally was hits. Should have went. Last time that I checked, shit like that should have went. Yeah. Right? But guess what? For some reason, I don't know what was going on, they didn't give him his, they didn't give him his credit. They didn't give him his props on it. But soon as something happens to him, right, just like you said, right, people start listening to his music.
Yeah.
I remember downloading his whole album. We was in Oslo, Norway, on the game tour, and I downloaded the whole album just to support and hadn't listened to it, right? But nevertheless, if he would have still been here, it's been, 5 years now?
Yeah.
We probably would have got at least 2 projects out of him. I believe.
Yeah.
And I believe he'd have been on the verge of some television if he wouldn't have already done it. We know his merch thing would have kept growing.
Yeah. Yeah, man, look, it was... Going through this list is a sad list, man.
Have you guys got it? Have you talked to him? Have y'all?
Two.
The last interview we was talking about, you guys good or is it still friction?
What, with who? Polo?
Yeah.
No.
He still hasn't talked to you?
No. This text message thing happened a couple of days ago.
Oh, come on, Polo. Come on, man, this Vlad, man. He's trying to work it out. Knock it off. Come on.
I even told him, listen, if you want to see me face to face, come do an interview. You can say whatever you want on camera. I won't cut out any of it. He's like, oh, ha, ha, you just trying to get an interview. Like, all right. For me, it's all business. Like, we're not friends. We don't have a relationship. But I'm seeing this path you're going through with all these charges, with your brother's charges, with your mom's shooting. Like, how you gonna rob someone and have them PayPal you the money? Like, who does this? It's crazy to me.
He beat that though, right?
The guy never pressed charges because he didn't want to, this annoying
right
TV
now,
guy.
All Polo has is a gun charge in New York.
I believe so, but I don't know if the other charges that he had from before are still pending or not. But regardless, this is a multi-millionaire, multi-platinum artist that should have real management. And I even told him, I said, if you had real management right now, they wouldn't be letting you text me like this right now and saying all this crazy stuff over text. Me and you could have just had a regular conversation over FaceTime, but you started yelling at me. And then when I hung up, you're calling me a little girl and a bitch for hanging up. No, I'm just not going to let someone yell at me. No man should.
No, that's real. No, that's just you.
You know what I'm saying?
Anybody know your character and personality. I think with Vlad, like you so deep up into the urban side of this entertainment world, right? People expect you to be that, and you're not. And I tell people, a lot of the top people that are in position in this entertainment business on the urban side, they don't look like us, but they've been around us so damn long. It's one lady named Gabby Peluso. I'm talking about OG from Def Jam, Italian. But you cannot sit here and talk to her as if she doesn't know, because she's been managing and dealing with our people in business and music, helping them. She was one of the secrets to Sada Baby's, kickstart, right?
Good, yeah.
So it's like a lot of people be like, oh man, you act like you know, but you don't know. But yet you do know, because you dig off into the intricate details of our lives. You question us, you study us, you learn to understand. A lot of us talk to you one-on-one conversations.
Yeah.
They see this. You have a lot of one-on-one conversations, right, with people to where you understand what they're going through. what's happening. You give them advice. They don't take it. Then it happens. And you sit back, you say, damn, I wish they would have listened to me.
Yeah.
So this is what you're attempting to do
Right.
with Polo G. And
Exactly.
hopefully he grabs it and receives it differently from thinking that you on some BS. Because really, you're not. Polo, holla at him, man.
I'm really not. And honestly, even regardless of what he said to me over text, it's like, whatever. Like, my whole thing is, I'm not dissing you. I want you to do well, but I'm seeing a bad direction that you're going through, and I don't think you're taking it seriously. And you're 25, literally half my age. You're not seeing it. And I know that the FBG Ducks and the Mo3s and the Fulios, when I would tell them on camera, yo, you should switch things up. You should move away. You should try to squash this. They're looking at me, oh, you don't know. You don't come from where I come from. You're not a gangster. You're not in the street. You just don't understand. And I'm sure it was the same type of attitude that ultimately led to their demise if they were to have taken that advice seriously, because I have nothing to gain or lose by them taking this advice, right?
That's real.
In fact, I would prefer, because I have footage on them, I would prefer that they stay alive as long as possible to continue to put out content and continue to grow their fan base so that footage becomes more valuable. When they die, and, when I post, their life story, it's not because, I'm going to make money. It's like, well, here's an homage to somebody who I respected enough to sit down and, have a couple hours of my life devoted to just their story. And it's important for people to learn their story. And as you go through, you will see Vlad saying, you should change your path to avoid the situation that ultimately led to your demise. And I hope Polo G listens to this. I know he's going to listen to this interview and know that I don't have any bad intentions for him.
You mean well. You're just trying to have a conversation,
I do mean
a
well.
man-to-man conversation.
I do mean well, but, when I see the brother getting arrested, him getting arrested, the mom shooting the gun, like...
It's like they're crashing out.
They're crashing out.
And at the end of the day, he's the focal point of that.
He's the breadwinner, by far. And so few artists get to a Polo G level. And people don't look at Polo as like, oh, this is the super gangster rapper. He's the Pam and Gina, the Martin and Gina song guy. You know what I mean? He's like the fun, like, yo, like, we like his music. This is not the guy who's like, I don't look at him the same way I look at Game, for example. Like, Game is Game.
It's Game.
Right? He's going to do what he does.
You know that's what that is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what that is. I don't think people look at Polo like the way they look at Game. But I don't know whether he has a problem with that, whether he's trying to prove otherwise. I don't know why you would tweet GDK. Gangster Disciple Killer. Like, why make those type of enemies in life?
Yeah,
why?
Right.
Why do that?
Especially in 2024.
I think he did it like 2020, actually. There's a tweet from like a few years ago.